Is this an SUV or is this a wagon? Maybe it's a wagon. Oh yeah, it's definitely a wagon. Hey everyone, welcome back to PR and Test Drive. Today we're taking a look at this 2025 Toyota Crown Signia. The Crown Signia is one of two Crown models here in North America. The other one is the Crown Sedan, but I think I prefer this one. Let's get started. Trim configurations on this Crown Signia could not be simpler because there's only one trim, one add-on package, and a couple of paid color options. The base Crown Signia Limited trim starts at about 60,000 Canadian dollars. The advanced technology pack is about $2,000, making this a fully loaded version with the red paint job a little over 62,000 Canadian dollars, including delivery. In regards to the looks, the Crown Sedan has really never been my thing. I think the lifted body, the two-tone paint job, and the huge rims just doesn't really make sense, looks a little weird to me. However, this on the other hand, I like. I like the sleek design, I like the elongated side profile, and I really like this paint job. It looks fantastic. However, if I had to pick my favorite Crown model, it would have to be the Crown Sport. Unfortunately, that's not available in the North American market, at least not yet, but that thing, looks just like the Ferrari Purosangue. Up front, you've got your LED daytime running lights up here and your high and low beams down here. But there's also a headlight washer, which is something that we don't frequently see on modern cars anymore, so I think it's pretty cool. Over to the side, you get keyless entry on all four doors, and also doors that go all the way down to the side skirt. So your door sills are a little bit narrower, making it a little easier to get in and out, and also helps keep your trousers clean in the winter. The Crown Signia comes standard with huge 21-inch rims that are wrapped in 235 wide 45 series tires. And in the front, it uses McPherson strut for suspension, and in the rear, a multi-link setup. Around back, you've got a nice sleek light bar as taillights over here, a camera for your digital rearview mirror, and some Crown badging. Surprisingly, there's no mention of Signia anywhere around the car. This vehicle is also equipped with a power tailgate, and you can also activate it with a little kick. In terms of trunk space, despite this being a longer vehicle, it actually has less cargo volume compared to a RAV4, and that's mainly due to the lower roof line. But with that said, the trunk is still pretty deep and still offers a pretty good amount of space. Also, the trunk carpets are really fuzzy, which in my opinion makes it look and feel very, very premium. And then of course you can also fold down the seats 60-40 split, but there's more. These rear seats are fitted with these cargo extenders, which means that it extends the trunk even more for even more storage space. These panels can support up to 45 pounds of weight, and you can maybe even use them as stoppers so it prevents anything from the trunk to slide to the front. Okay, before we jump inside, let's talk a little bit about the powertrain. The Crown Signia is hybrid only, and it pairs a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with 3 electric motors to combine produce 240 horsepower. The engine itself has the D4S technology, which means it's both port injected and direct injected, which also helps with preventing carbon buildups, hence increasing reliability. Just like most other Toyota and Lexus hybrid vehicles, this Crown Signia uses a planetary eCVT transmission to power the front wheels. The rear end uses a separate electric motor, the third electric motor, to power those wheels. So combined, it's an all-wheel drive system. Also, check this out. You've got this little canister here attached to the hood hinge. This is actually for safety purposes. In case of an accident where a pedestrian lands on the hood will pop open from the back here to reduce the impact. Pretty cool safety stuff. Inside, the Crown Signia is equipped with a full leather interior. You also have the choice between a brown or a black interior. However, if you want the red exterior, you have to get this black. In terms of legroom, there's a ton of legroom here, and the rear seats are also heated, but unfortunately, in terms of headroom, it's a little bit tight. You also cannot recline the rear seats, which is a pity in my opinion. However, with that said, the rear seats are very comfortable, and I think they're already pretty adequately reclined. It'd be nice to have the flexibility, but oh well. The panoramic sunroof is also very nice, however it is a fixed roof, so that means even in the front you cannot open the sunroof. With that said, there is a sunshade here, which is great. The Crown Signia's front seats are also very comfortable. The cabin is also laid out really well. You've got 2 digital screens, one for your cluster, one for your infotainment. And along with that, you also have a ton of physical buttons, a bunch for your climate control, volume control, drive mode select, and a lot more on your steering wheel. In terms of the design, there's a whole bunch of bronze accents all across the interior, which is a little different to the gloss black or the chrome we're so accustomed to, so I think it's really refreshing to see here. One hot take that I have is that the chrome Toyota badge on the steering wheel doesn't really match quite well with the bronze. Maybe it would work better if the Toyota logo is also bronze. You tell me in the comments below. Another thing that I noticed, which is making my OCD scream, is that the volume knob on-off logo rotates with the volume knob. It doesn't stay upright. Ugh. So what about amenities? You've got heated steering wheel, heated and cooled front seats, driver memory seat, power folding mirrors, heated windshield, and over here you have a wireless charger, couple of USB ports, couple of cup holders, and a center console that you can open from both sides. The 2 screens, they're both 12-inch in size. The cluster offer pretty good customization. You can have different themes, different dial types, different information showing, fuel economy, all that good stuff. And the infotainment screen, although it's relatively simple, it does support wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. To tie it all together, it also has the JBL sound system. Driving the Crown Signia, it's not about acceleration, it's not about speed, and it's not about handling. What it is about is the fact that this is a very comfortable, efficient cruiser. The road manners are good, the suspension is tuned for comfort, and the ride feels nice and plush. Steering feel is also pretty good. Handling, nothing special, but I would say that it is a little bit better compared to the RAV4. It has a little bit lower of a center of gravity, and the wheelbase is longer, so it's a little bit more stable. But ultimately, neither this nor the RAV4 are built for twisties, so handling is completely adequate. As for road noise, the cabin I feel is very well insulated from the outside world, but unfortunately it's not very well insulated from the engine. Because similar to the RAV4 hybrid, you hear the rough engine droning even on mild accelerations like this. That's about 1/3 pedal, but yeah, you heard that, and it is rough, it is a little noisy. Compared to the RAV4, this Crown Signia has more horsepower, but to be honest with you, I don't really feel the extra power gains. Both the RAV4 and this, they're both really peppy off the line because of the electric motors, and I don't really have any complaints in terms of acceleration speed. I think for what it is, it's not bad. One thing that the Toyota hybrid system does very well is the power transition from engine to electric motors. This planetary eCVT just does the power split so well. Engine comes on immediately, engine turns off. It's basically barely noticeable aside from the droning that I mentioned. And so I think it's a pretty good system. What I did notice about this powertrain compared to the RAV4 is that the Crown Signia allows me to accelerate a little harder without turning on the engine, which means that if I take it easy, I can get off the line from a stop sign and cruise in residential areas completely with the engine off. And that brings me to efficiency. Over the past week of testing, we've gotten significantly warmer weather compared to when we tested the RAV4 hybrid. It's anywhere between 5 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius. Still, I wouldn't say it's optimal temperature for hybrids, but it's damn near close to it. As a result, I was able to manage 6.1 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway and about 6.5 in the city, depending on how short or long my city drives are. That, in my opinion, is pretty dang good for a car of this size and weight. Lastly, I want to touch on safety systems. The Crown Signia comes standard with the latest Toyota Sense 3.0 system. That includes technologies like adaptive cruise control, lane tracing, lane departure warning, emergency braking, proactive driving, parking sensors, so on and so forth. If you elect to option for the advanced technology package, you will also get 360 camera, parking assist, so automatic parking in a parking lot, traffic jam assist, which allows you to do hands-free driving when you're in traffic on the highway, and also lane change assist, and so on. Lane change assist means you can signal and the car will change lanes for you. I'm also very happy to report that in terms of the driving assistance system, actually I'm using the lane change assist right now that switched lanes very smoothly for me. In terms of the driving assist systems, I feel very confident using them and they're very reliable, let's put it that way. So lane tracing, no problem. I'm taking a little curve right here. Adaptive cruise control is turned on. It tracks lane very well. I'm in the center of the lane. It's also very smooth. All in all, I think the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 system is a big incremental improvement compared to the 2.5 we tested in the RAV4. The RAV4 on the highway, tracking lane, tracing lanes on a curve, it's a little bit iffy, but this, no problem at all. Overall, the Crown Signia makes an excellent cruiser for both day-to-day commute and also long road trips. It's efficient, it's comfortable, and it's reliable. It's nice enough here that I also don't feel much of a desire to upgrade to a Lexus. Because for reference, an NX350H starts at about 60,000, so similar to this, but goes all the way to well into the 70,000 range. With that said, I think the question I want to ask you guys is whether if you think this Crown Signia is worth $10,000 more than a fully loaded RAV4 hybrid top trim. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.